1, 2, 3.
We're engaged!
Hello mọi người, Bóng chiếu sống ngay đây tại vì Bóng muốn khoe với mọi người sản phẩm nước hoa Bóng dùng trong ngày hôm nay. Bóng mới có mùi mới của Dossier á mọi người. Mùi này tên là Aromatic Ginger. Thì như các bạn nào mà xem video của Bóng nhiều thì biết Dossier là thương hiệu nước hoa yêu thích nhất của Bóng. Với Dossier thì các bạn có thể sở hữu những nước hoa có mùi tương tự những nước hoa high-end, nhưng mà với giá thì chỉ bằng cỡ một nửa hoặc là thấp hơn thôi. Và bản thân Bóng là người rất là thích dùng nước hoa, nhưng mà Bóng cũng mau chán, cho nên khi mà Bóng mua những nước hoa high-end xong rồi Bóng dùng một thời gian ngắn Bóng chán á, thì Bóng để nó qua một bên, rồi cỡ vài tháng đến một năm thì nó hết hạn, thì Bóng cũng thấy khá là tiếc. Cho nên là khi mà Bóng biết tới Dossier thì Bóng trở thành fan chân chính của Dossier luôn. Và bây giờ thì Bóng sở hữu rất là nhiều nước hoa của Dossier. Và như Bóng nói với mọi người thì hôm nay Bóng dùng mùi Aromatic Ginger. Và Aromatic Ginger này thì được inspire bởi một cái mùi nước hoa của Louis Vuitton, L'Immensité. Cái này là tiếng Pháp cho nên Bóng không biết là Bóng đọc có đúng hay không. Nhìn chung với Dossier thì các bạn sẽ sở hữu những nước hoa có mùi giống thương hiệu nổi tiếng. Ví dụ như mới nãy Bóng mới nói là của Louis Vuitton, hoặc là của Dior, hoặc là của Tom Ford. Và giá thì rất là phù hợp với các bạn còn đang đi học, các bạn sinh viên, cũng như là những người mau chán giống như Bóng. Và khi mà các bạn mua cái sản phẩm của Dossier á, nếu mà các bạn không có thích mùi nào thì các bạn có thể return nó rất là dễ dàng luôn. Cho nên là nếu mà các bạn nào quan tâm và muốn dùng thử Dossier thì nhớ sử dụng code của Bóng ở ngay đây nha mọi người, để được giảm giá thêm khi mà các bạn mua cái sản phẩm này. Rồi chắc là mọi người nãy giờ cũng để ý là trên tay Bóng có cái nhẫn này, thì bây giờ tụi mình sẽ quay lại video để mà tụi mình thảo luận tiếp. Hẹn gặp lại mọi người ở trong video. Chào mọi người, rất vui đã quay trở lại với kênh của Bóng. Và từ lần cuối bọn mình gặp nhau thì có nhiều chuyện đã diễn ra. Nếu mà các bạn có follow Bóng trên Instagram thì chắc là cũng biết sơ sơ. Nhưng mà hôm nay thì Bóng với lại Justin là fiancé của Bóng sẽ ngồi xuống để mà kể lại với mọi người cái quá trình Bóng được cầu hôn, cũng như là tụi Bóng sẽ share với mọi người cảm xúc của Bóng, của Justin. Sau đó thì tụi Bóng sẽ trả lời một số câu hỏi mà mọi người đặt ra cho tụi Bóng. Cho nên là hy vọng mọi người sẽ thích video này.
Đúng rồi.
Bóng biết là mọi người cũng rất là tò mò muốn biết là hôm đó thực sự là cái hoàn cảnh như thế nào, cái tình cảnh nó ra sao. Cho nên tụi Bóng sẽ cùng với mọi người xem lại những cái video mà hôm đó tụi Bóng có được người khác quay dùng khi mà tụi Bóng đi đến cái chỗ mà Justin cầu hôn Bóng.
Okay, that should be in order. This is going from the restaurant, the upstairs restaurant. The video's kind of broken up.
Yeah. Because the thing is, the girl that was filming this, she wanted to make sure that I didn't see.
Right, following behind us, making sure you didn't suspect anything.
And it was so windy too. It was so
very
cold.
windy.
So at first I wasn't wearing any jackets, so my outfit was cuter.
It was cold, cloudy, it looked like it was gonna rain. Thankfully it did not.
Yeah.
I was stressing.
It sounds so funny because at first he put the ring in the pockets of this jacket.
I was wearing the jacket initially. There was a point where we got onto an elevator and went up to the elevator because we're on this big mountain. I had a feeling I was gonna give her the jacket because she was cold. So I had to like sneak it out of the pocket and into my pants pocket while she was like this close to me in the elevator.
Wow, yeah. That was impressive. I really didn't know. Zero idea.
I learned this from the CIA. I'm actually a secret agent.
This is where we already got down to the very bottom of the elevator thingy. Yeah,
Cable car.
The cable car. In front of us is the beach, and on to the left is a restaurant. And you didn't know.
Yeah, I didn't know which direction we were walking, so I was just walking straight towards the beach. And then she's like, left, left, left. I'm like, oh,
Turn left, please.
yeah, I definitely did not hear her the first
Me
time.
neither.
Turn left. Sorry, turn left.
I'm like, oops. Going to this beautiful restaurant.
So we went into this restaurant and I thought that was already the end, like where we were gonna eat. But no, they told us to keep on going.
Yeah, we walked through the restaurant and at the back of it there's doors that lead out to the beach. And that's where we walked.
Yeah.
In the video, we're walking out to the beach right now and you can see the string lights. There's some trees, the ocean.
Yeah.
And then as you get closer, you can see the table with the blue and yellow balloons for our favorite colors. And just the whole setup, the cook.
Yeah. It was, the table was the only table on the beach.
Yeah, we had it private to ourselves. And she's like, what's going on? And I'm just like, not sure what to say because I don't want to say what's happening yet. And then we reached there, and that's when I dropped down and I proposed. She's like, "Oh my God, what is happening?" And then she says yes. And,
yeah.
You know.
And not until this point that I knew that somebody was recording the whole time. And
Show the ring.
That's cute. That was pretty much the end
of the videos.
Of the process.
Yeah, and then we had dinner. It was like a 3-course deal with dessert.
Was it 3 course? I thought it was like 5 course.
5. Oh well, with dessert, so that's 4.
Okay.
Or maybe it was 5.
Like there were a lot of food.
There was a lot of food. It was really good.
But yeah, the whole thing happened in Da Nang at the
Da Nang Intercontinental Peninsula Hotel. The longest word ever.
Bán đảo Sơn Trà ở Đà Nẵng. That was pretty much the vlog because I didn't know what was gonna happen. I wasn't intending to vlog anything for that whole trip. I just wanted to have fun and stuff. So that is all the footage that we got. And after that, we FaceTime people and then we shared the news with them.
Yeah, we told her parents and all her sisters on the grab back to town.
Yeah.
And after that, we met up with our friends Woon and John.
We also FaceTime Woon because Woon plays a really important role in the whole thing, which Justin will tell you more about right now. So what was the process?
Sure, so I mean, it's all the way back to early December. I forget the exact date, but that's when I got the ring. She has a ring that she previously wore on her ring finger, and it was the same size as my pinky.
Yeah.
So I went to a ring shop. My pinky measured to see what size it was, and then ended up obviously buying a ring. Very pretty.
Yeah.
I found her Pinterest as well to kind of figure out the style that she liked and all that good stuff.
Yeah, I don't know if he got onto my phone or something.
Yeah, I had to find your username because I didn't know what it was.
Also to fill y'all in, the engagement happened on I think January 27th.
29th.
29th? Okay. We went to Vietnam for that. It was my first time coming back home for that in like 10 years, and I wanted to show him how that is, and I wanted him to meet people over there, my friends, and especially my parents. It was just overall a fun time, and I really didn't know that he was planning that all along as well. So continue with your story after the ring.
One of her sisters live in Houston, and we've stayed with them for Christmas and Thanksgiving. I had already previously talked to her, and you know, I was trying to figure out, you know, like, I want to propose while we're in Vietnam. Where should I do it? When should I do it? Is there somewhere special? Growing up to her, kind of trying to work out some details, and then her and I agreed, you know, it has to be at the beach. The beach is very important to her, so wanted to be there. We didn't come up with anything like conclusive, but I had some ideas just to get started with. I knew that we were meeting with her friend Woon, so I found her on Instagram, DM'd her. I was like, hey, I'm Justin, I'm her boyfriend, I want to propose. Can you help me out with this?
And the reason why he contacted Woon was because we were gonna meet up with them in Vietnam. So Woon and John, they are a couple as well, and they live in California. But I know Woon previously. She was one of the Blumies that I met up in Houston, which is so cool that she became my friend. So we were just talking before we went to Vietnam that we was like, oh my God, we are gonna be in Vietnam at the same time. So let's plan to do something together. So we decided to go to Da Nang and Hoi An on the 6th of that or something like that. How did you find her Instagram?
I think I just looked at phone while you were in the bathroom, and you had been DMing her. So
Gotcha.
that's how I saw her name, and I was like, okay. Then I downloaded the app on my phone and
yeah,
like, looked her
he
up,
didn't have
her.
Instagram on his phone before that.
Right. So went through all that to find her, DM'd her, and then obviously one was extremely helpful and kind. And she was like, oh my God, yes, I want to help with this. Like, so sweet.
Yeah.
One of her friends is from Da Nang, and we came up with some ideas. We were thinking about walking to the beach and having our own setup, or we found the Da Nang Intercontinental Peninsula Hotel, and obviously ended up going with that in the end. So she was super helpful in like finding an idea in the first place. I looked it up, went to see if they had the proposal packages and stuff like that.
What did they do?
They do. Originally, it was just the only package they have listed on their website is if you also stay at the hotel.
Gotcha.
And, you know, we already had our hotel, so it didn't need to do that. You know, I reached out to them, I emailed them, and I was like, hey, do you offer this service, like, without staying there? I already have a hotel, so I don't need to, yada yada. And there was a lot of back and forth. It was a little challenging because at this point, we made it to Vietnam. My phone doesn't work. I don't have any service, so I can't call people. So it's literally, I could only email them back and forth when I had Wi-Fi, which was not often. Ended up, obviously, planning it, getting it scheduled for the 29th at 4:30. And then leading up to it, it was raining. It was storming for like 2 or 3 days straight.
Yeah, it was raining so bad that my clothes, my shoes, and everything was wet. But we still had fun. Like we just went out in really makeshift raincoats and stuff.
I had 2 raincoats on. I was still freezing. I had to buy a jacket because I didn't bring one previous. It is very hard to find a jacket in my size. But it's like a 4XL.
That's really unheard of. But yeah, so the first couple of days was storming, and then we went to Da Nang. And that happened to be the day that he was gonna propose as well.
Like I said, I was stressing out because for me, it had to be on the beach. It needed to be on the beach. Obviously, if it's raining, we're not gonna do it outside. They had a setup for us to sit in one of the restaurants inside and like look out on the beach, which would be nice, but I wanted it to be better than nice. So it needed to be on the beach, and thank goodness it was not raining.
Yeah.
It was still a bit cloudy. I really wanted it to be like a sunset moment because she also loves the sunset, but that didn't quite happen, but it was awesome. It was beautiful. Leading up to it, a few funny things happened. I'll just start. So we were planning on going to, I forget the name.
Yeah.
We were planning on going there, and I didn't know what it was. So for me, when I think of going to a mountain, I think of like going hiking. And hiking can be 4, 5, 6 hours all day. And we were planning on going at like 1 p.m. and I had the dinner scheduled for 4:30, which she didn't know. And I'm like, are you sure? Like, should we go? Do we have enough time? And she's like, baby, why are you like stressing out? Like, we're just hanging out. And I'm like, just, you know, we might go to dinner or something.
Side note, it's very unlike him. Like,
I'm very happy-go-lucky.
Yeah, he's like super chill. So I was so annoyed. I was like, why? Why are you like this?
Yeah.
I mean, we ended up going to the mountain still, but it didn't take us that long.
It wasn't like a mountain, like you're not hiking. It was like a tourist attraction. You walk in and there's a cave and there's some walking paths to go through.
Yeah, there's even an elevator.
Yeah, you take the elevator and there were a bunch of shrines and nice things to look at, but it only took like 2-3 hours max to finish.
So the thing is, Won already told me that we were gonna meet up with her friend in Da Nang when we go to Da Nang. So that's what I was expecting, and then on the day of, like that day, she just told me that, hey, Bóng, I'm gonna see my friend tonight, but that friend is too shy to see you. She said that her friend didn't want to see me. That's why she was like, I guess me and John will go see my friend and you and Justin will go have dinner together, just you two. And then I'm like, why?
And this was made up, by the way.
Yeah, I was so sad. I was like, I thought we were always gonna stick together and we would go out and I would see her friend as well, which is fun and cool. But then she's just like, nah, no, not gonna happen.
She ordered the Grab for us. So we go down to the Grab driver and I walked ahead of her and I'm like, Da Nang Intercontinental Peninsula Hotel. And he's like, okay. And then she walks up and he immediately asks her, like, oh, are we going to this place? And I'm like, no, don't ruin the surprise. I didn't say that, but I'm thinking it.
I honestly didn't know what he was saying. So I was just like, yeah.
And yeah, we drive up there and we get there and it's beautiful. You can see the beach and there's monkeys on the mountain, which was super cool.
I stayed there before. I stayed there a few years ago for vacation, and the monkeys over there are really intrusive. Yeah. So you know.
Very funny. I didn't know they'd be up there. I thought that was awesome. And then we get to the hotel after like check in. And I'm like, hey, I'm here for this. One of the receptionists is like, oh, you're here for the proposal dinner? And I'm like, don't say that out loud.
I actually didn't
She didn't hear it, thank goodness. But I'm like, don't say that out loud. Because it's supposed to be a surprise, right? And then, you know, eventually they walk us up. We get to the elevator like we talked about.
Yeah, and then we walk to the beach. It's just so funny that I was like, why is it so far away?
It was a long walk. The
Yeah.
hotel is big. There's so many restaurants,
Uh-huh.
so many. It was massive.
It's cool. And then it's funny, when we finally got down to the beach, we went into that restaurant, and we left that restaurant. I was still like, oh, where the hell are we gonna eat?
Yeah.
And then as we approached closer to the table set up and everything, like you saw in the video earlier, that is when I was like, something's going on.
Yeah.
And I didn't have the chance to actually think a lot about that either, because he got down on his knees right away and asked me right away.
Yeah.
But it's also funny because I need to wear glasses, but I didn't wear glasses that day. I normally really don't wear glasses in public. That's why if you see me and if I don't recognize you, it's my bad, because
It's very bad vision.
I just really can't see you. It's not like I'm ignoring you, but anyway, so going back to that, so we went down to the beach, and I didn't see the whole thing at first because I'm blind. So I didn't see it until we got closer. And it's also funny when my vision is not clear, my mind is not clear either. So like, people ask me how I felt when he proposed to me. I was just blank. I don't remember if I say yes or if I just, you know, okay, that's good. It was honestly one of the easiest decisions of my life. So now we are fiancés. And after that, we just spent the next hour or two eating dinner by the bonfire. He got sunflowers on the table for us, and the beach as well. So definitely really special to me. So he did well.
Yeah, and then we went to, I guess, downtown the night.
Yeah, after that we went to celebrate with Won and John, and of course they were not meeting their friends.
Yeah.
They were just having dinner, just them two as well, somewhere else in Da Nang, waiting for us, waiting for the good news. We met up and just celebrated that, and then we went back to the hotel and we played some cards. We played Ding Lan, so yeah, that's how we...
I won. First time playing.
I don't remember that.
I think we tied for first actually,
Okay.
but
there's no time that
we had the
day.
same score.
Oh, okay, maybe. If that's what you remember.
It's true.
Anyway, so that's the whole story of that night, and I really don't think I would want it to be any other way. Like, I love every moment of that.
Yeah.
Even the little argument that we had before that. So how did you feel the whole time?
I mean, leading up to it, I was nervous, obviously. I wanted it to go well.
Yeah.
I didn't want you to know beforehand.
Mm-hmm.
The whole time I was convinced you knew. Like,
No, like, I didn't think it was gonna happen.
Yeah.
And he did ask my parents for their permission as well.
Oh,
for
right.
their
I
blessings.
skipped that part on next.
It's okay.
Yeah, beforehand, because we stayed in Camp before we went to Da Nang. While she was in the shower getting ready one day, I went downstairs with the ring and I spoke with her parents, showed them the ring. We mostly spoke through Google Translate, and I was basically asking them, with your permission, I would like your blessing for your daughter's hand in marriage. And they took me over to the couch because they sat me down. And they were like, you know, the whole family loves you. We love you. Like, yes.
No, they were gonna be like, no.
No, they didn't
Serious
say that.
talk. We're not gonna let you
No.
marry her. No.
Yeah, they were like, we give you the blessing. Like, whole family loves you. Marriage is very important in Vietnamese culture. We want to be at the wedding. And they asked me when it was, and obviously I didn't know at the time because that's something that we're planning together. Them just saying that they're happy for us. At the end of the conversation, she ended up coming downstairs. I still had the ring, so I had to like get up and like put it in my pocket, walked by her, and I put it back upstairs so she didn't see it.
Yeah, but which was also really strange. Like, normally he would not live as I go into the room, or like the man just walks by me like that.
Yeah, because the pants I were wearing had like tight pockets, so you could just see the ring in there if she saw. So I was like, I gotta make it upstairs and hide the ring.
But were you worried that you would lose the ring on the way to Vietnam?
No, I kept it very close to me. I had it in my personal luggage. I knew exactly where it was. There was no way I was putting it in a suitcase or anything like that.
And were you nervous that I would say no?
No.
Wow!
I knew you were gonna say yes. I mean, you did. You said it was an easy decision. We're in love. I knew you would say yes.
Who was the first person you shared the news with? So while we were at the dinner, I texted my professor at school and told her right away. So she was actually the first person that I shared the news with. How about you?
My sister.
Mm.
And then I told my sister to tell my dad because he doesn't have an iPhone.
Oh.
So when I got Wi-Fi, I sent it to my sister. It's her to send it to my dad.
When was it?
I think we had Wi-Fi at the Intercontinental Hotel. So I think while we were waiting for the Grab is when I sent the video.
Gotcha.
And then I think the first person we FaceTimed was V and Heiner because of the time zones.
Oh.
So it was latest for them. Talk to V, your parents as well, obviously, and Will and John. And then me and Aunt were sleeping because I think it was like 5 a.m. or something for them.
Yeah, so we didn't cut them until the next day. What's the style of the ring? So this one is called a cushion cut with halo. Do you like it?
Of course. Looks amazing. Everything looks amazing on you though, so.
Did I guess it? It was a really nice surprise for me.
Yeah, she thought I was gonna do it in the United States.
Yeah.
But no.
What makes me think that that would be a good decision for me to say yes to him? He just feels like my person kind of thing. Like I feel happy but also at peace around him. Like he feels like home. And another thing is because I like his booty. His booty and also like his lips. So. They asked if we discussed anything before the actual engagement and why we think it would be a good idea to get engaged.
We had talked about marriage before. We had already lived with each other for 7 months.
My
before.
parents don't know that.
They have to. I was already planning on moving with her wherever she went when she got a job offer. So.
We definitely had to talk future. When we first started talking to each other, I already knew that I might not gonna be in Texas for much longer. That was something that I brought up during our first date. You know, it was a relief to know that he was ready to move with me wherever I go. And we definitely talked about other stuff as well, like marriage, but also with career and children and things like that. And I think that's a wise thing to do. Instead of just not really discussing things and then propose or like want to be with somebody and then get married to them for just the feelings that you have. And they also have other questions that related to the wedding, like when the wedding is gonna be and stuff. I think we are gonna keep it as a little secret. We share it when it really happens, but also if you follow me on Instagram, you know that we actually went and got a marriage license already. The process with a marriage over here in Texas, like we go there to the court, we get a marriage license. On the wedding day will be a person that will officiate the wedding, and that person will sign on that license. And then from what I understand, we will send that license back to the court with the signatures of the officiants, you and of me. I think eventually we will get it back.
I don't know.
I really don't know. So yeah, we kind of did the first step in the process already, but I'm probably gonna have more videos coming up talking more about the wedding, and that will be fun. There are a lot of questions about you, who you are, what you do, how you are, and how we met, and how this became a thing. We might also save that for a different video as well. Hopefully in the next video, he'll be able to speak Vietnamese the whole time, so I don't have to do any translation. Yeah, thank you so much for watching, and I hope you have a good day. Bye.